This is a video about September 11th, but this is not a video about September 11th. I think the vast majority of you who are watching this probably live in America, which means that the past 11 years of your life have been greatly impacted and strongly shaped by the events of September 11th, 2001. It's a day that will never be forgotten. It is a day that has had a huge impact on all of our lives. But that day and the terrible things that happened on that day are not what I want to talk about today. There's really nothing left to say about that. There's no beautiful prose that I can say to you. There's nothing I can tell you about my emotions. There's no story I can share of where I was when I found out, though of course you're free to share those things. But that's not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is the moment afterwards. And if you don't live in America, you might see this differently, and that, of course, is your prerogative. But there was an incredible coming together that happened after September 11th, and a sense of community. And it wasn't a sense of community of us versus them, which is how many people try to paint it, and unfortunately I think at some point what it may have become. But the immediate moment of coming together of the days after September 11th was unlike anything I've experienced in my entire life, and that is what I want to hold on to. That is the moment that I would like to recapture, and while it is important that we never forget what happened, and there was all sorts of ramifications to the actions and choices made on that day, what I would choose to focus on, what I hope that you would also, is to focus on that moment of togetherness. Again, not of hating anybody else, not of deriding any other culture or country, but the idea of being brought together for whatever reason and seeing our fellow Americans and our fellow citizens and our fellow friends around the world as simply what we are, as other humans, as other people with emotions and dreams and hopes and thoughts, and appreciate that. So I wanted to talk to you today is about appreciating the people in your life. And I thought a great way for us to do that would be as a group to write a letter to someone that we care about. And not just write an email, not write a note, not write a Facebook wall post, not tweet at them with the hashtag I appreciate you, but sit down with a pen and paper and actually write them a letter. And I think it's pretty fun to do because everybody appreciates getting a letter, and I think that we don't spend enough time telling the people that we appreciate in our lives how much we appreciate them. So I thought it would be a great way to remember 9/11 and not just remember the attacks, but remember the feeling that we all had in America afterwards. That feeling of unity and appreciation for your fellow person, and take that all and put it into writing. So I suggest that you get a piece of paper, like a real piece of paper, get a pen, and write a letter. Write an actual written out letter to someone that you care about. Stick it in the mail and send it. It's something that feels really good to do, and I think it'll make the person who you send a letter to feel really great too. So I think it's important to focus upon the positive. And so on this September 11th, I hope that you join me in focusing upon the positive, the good things that can come out of terrible things, and write a letter to someone that you care about. I hope that you're having a swell day, and until I see you next, be brilliant.